I'm in my happy place. I have been working in this yard for about 2 hours. I'm in the food forest in the back. Yep, I'm sweaty, working hard. So I'm gonna turn this around and show you quite a bit that I've been working on. Okay, here we go. So here I am in my food forest that is turning into a jungle. I'm trying to make walkways through all of this. I am here in Utah, zone 6. Can you see my mountains? I am in a desert. We hardly get any rain here whatsoever. So this is all hand watered. A couple things of strawberries in the front. So a lot has grown in a month. I think I've showed you last month what things looked like. So we're gonna walk through this jungle. This is a mess. I am working on it, but I love it. I love it. My grandpa was a great gardener. He was a difficult personality, but his family came from Norway, and they were all amazing gardeners. My sister Dinah says that he used to grow plumpkins, and he would have pumpkins growing up his plum trees. So maybe I took a little bit of that from him. So I've got a gorgeous peach tree here, and if you look to the side, look at the tomatoes. So leave a comment on what tomatoes and peach trees make. I don't know how you would say that one together, but see this mess? I love it. I love it. So I'm still working on some of that over there. Another peach tree. This side is still a mess, but it's fun. If you look down here, I have been working quite hard to get into the center of some of these. So I'm just barely starting to taste some delicious different varieties, and I'll bring you along for some of those. Here's another fun combination. You can tell me what this one is. So these down here are thornless blackberries, and it's growing up the peach tree. So put those together. It's not a plumpkin, it's a berry and peach. So around here, this is supposed to be a walkway, but I've been pruning a lot, so there's stuff in the way. Over here, here's some more. Here's another peach tree with some tomatoes growing up it. Look at this mess. So I have been working on these. I'm trying to get some more clips. Yeah, it looks like a spider web, but I will get so much fruit production out of this, out of all of it. We are having, oh, I gotta tie that tighter. We are having an overcast day in Utah, and it is gorgeous. This is the type of weather I love. So we're gonna flip around. No, we're not, we're gonna go down. So I've got quite a bit of pots, and I just grow things everywhere. This is, maybe it looks like mess to some of you, but I just love it. It is fun for me. Some of you have meticulous gardens where you have everything has order. This is fun for me. It's a jungle. We come on adventure every single time we come out here. It's fun to come get dinner. So we're gonna go on this side. Here's some more pots down this way. Hopefully you can see. Some of these volunteers I might have to take out, we'll see. But they're just, you know, if it's a cross. Oh, right here. Look at this guy. He's fun. He looks like a white pumpkin. I don't know what type of variety. I'm really good at labeling my tomatoes because they're my favorite. But some of the other things that are so readily, they can cross so readily, I'm not very good at labeling them. I just kind of throw them. So here's this side of it. Tomatoes on the right. Several peach trees on the left. Some pots down here. Really gorgeous. Another peach tree. Okay, so this side over here, You gotta see my mountains in just a second. They're just so pretty. So here's some more tomatoes. Behind me where I'm at is tons of weeds I'm trying to work on. And then look at this view. Look at those mountains. Oh, they're so gorgeous. I'm very lucky. Spoiled rotten to live here. And then I'll take you back to the other side. So on this, oh, look, I got lots of tomatoes ready down here. I'm out of the clips. So I've got these ones are called, not a shishito, Marglobe. Those, you don't prune the same way because they're determinants, so I just need to stake them up. Look at some of these accordion type tomatoes. I do have orange accordion over here. You know, I said that I'm going to have bigger stakes, but we'll see. When spring comes around, you just plant all the stuff. Strawberries. There's some kale. So this is kind of a microclimate. It's lasting a long time right there. And yes, I eat a lot of it, so I'm constantly pulling it off of it. But it's kind of being shaded out by my peach tree, which is perfect. And some of the peppers are getting shaded out too. So through the jungle again. Here's a walkway. We're going to go on the other side. We might hit the sprinkler because I'm rotating the sprinkler around a little bit right now. And back to my not plumpkin. But look at these. This is the very first one I planted I showed you. I might have to move my sprinkler so I can show you better. Okay, so these are called, these ones right here, aren't they cool? They're called yellow stuffer. And last year, I think I only had 1 or 2 plants. And they produced so much for me. And they were really fun. I don't eat a lot of peppers. You know, even stuffing peppers kind of hurt my stomach. So I'm going to give these a try. Last year I put some rice and hamburger in them. And cheese and put them in the oven for the kids. And they were really fun. Really yummy. And I do have some brandy wines mixed in. Look at that brandy wine. That's going to be huge. So we'll come over here. Look how fun. I love it. There's some zinnias. And I have an archway, finally. We got lemon cucumbers all on this side. Tons of tomatoes. I got it in a galvanized trough thing I got off KSL for free. I just put holes in the bottom of it. And my trellis is kind of wonky, but it's doing the job. Look at that marigold. That is a very tall marigold. And underneath there are some thornless. Those ones are raspberries. I have all the varieties in a journal. So this volunteer pumpkin, and then I'm getting hit by a sprinkler and it feels wonderful. That volunteer pumpkin, if it is a cross that came from the compost, I might end up pulling the whole thing. It'll give me a walkway again. But we'll see. We'll see what it does. I got a lot more zinnias coming up over here. Let's go under the arch. So eventually, there's some beans. These ones look like scarlet runner beans. But there's probably many different types because that's what I do. And then this side is the lemon cucumbers. I've had about 5 or 6 of them, and I keep searching, and every time I miss them, and then they're bigger, but they're still so yummy, and they don't get very bitter. So I'm under the trellis right now. I have lots of pots and tomatoes all over the place. I'm getting wet, and I love it. Some beans on this side, more tomatoes in the pots. Around this way, I'm going to go in the jungle. Let's see. All the way in. Can you see a lemon cucumber anywhere I can eat? No, I don't see one. Coming back out. I've got plenty of tomatoes. Can't say the word. Especially yellow stuffers. I did see one with lemon. I just saw one with blossom end rot. That makes me sad. I'll just have to pull that tomato and hopefully the whole plant doesn't have it. So look on this side. That guy needs help. But this is how I do it. Use what you have. Use what you have. Way down there, I just barely put in some golden raspberries. I gotta watch them better. They're kind of yellowing up a little bit. Look at the peaches in there. Oh, and the mess. Beans and cucumbers and tomatoes. Some are coming over on this side. There's my gorgeous mountains again. So, like I said earlier, last day in July. So this is where the garden is kind of taken over. My walkways, it's taking over all the sections. There's some sunflowers. Oh, there is a Rose of Sharon bush. And I need to work. Here we go, watch the weeds. Lots of weeds, but it's okay. I'm gonna put down some cardboard to make it more of a walkway, but the sunflowers took over that walkway. Maybe eventually I will put in some sort of pavers that are thicker that I won't plant over the top. But where's the fun in that, right? I have some raspberries right there. The varieties are in my garden journal. There's some more raspberries. This is a forsythia bush. And all of that is creeping Jenny that was, no, not creeping Jenny, Virginia creeper that was here before. It makes a really fun wall and it turns bright red. But I just have to make sure I keep it away from the trellises and stuff. We're gonna go back under. You can see over here, under. So I have been chopping, dropping quite a few of these. I need to clean up that. Look at this zinnia. It's about to bloom. Love it. Let's find these zinnias. Oh, they're pretty. See how pretty? Okay, so some of these boxes that I was showing you earlier, see, they're starting to come alive. I'm going to do a pan around to show you the difference between these boxes that were planted like 2 months later. And I'm going to go slowly to where behind me. Come see. This is a box. This is a cardboard box. Okay, we're going to go all the way down here. That is a cardboard box. Isn't that cool? I just layered it like I showed you in one of the videos. The hugelkultur or permaculture or lasagna gardening. Just layer. I think my rabbits are probably one of the hardest working people in my garden. Their rabbit poo is amazing. It gives so much nutrients to everything, and you can use it cold. Take it right out of the bedding. Okay, I'm going to kink this hose because it's squirting me like mad when I'm trying to show you some stuff. So this thornless, what is this thing called? Thornless raspberry is trying to attack me, but it's thornless. I love this view right there. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't tell if you have water droplets all over. Let me see if I can wash them off. Okay, so we're going to finish over here. This is the other side. This is my west side of the garden. I just keep going back to that trellis. I just love it. So those weeds over there are getting as big as my sunflowers because all my walkways are covered in squash. I can't get over there very well. But I also have another favorite of mine, pineapple tomatoes right there. This bed needs some help for next year. I need to close in all the sides. And I still need to stake up quite a few things over on this side. So here's another wonky trellis. Strawberries, and there was a section in here, so I decided to throw some marigolds over on that side. I've got pots. So here's another trellis, but this trellis is not being used very well because my dogs dug underneath this when I let them come in here, and some sort of squash, pumpkins, whatever's growing down there. So it's just not utilizing it the best. I was hoping it would go up and over this thing, but it didn't. Maybe next year. So where these pots are on this side, I'm going to turn it into a big bed. So I think it'll utilize that arch a lot better. I think this one's a lucid gem that's about to come out. Lucid, yep. Lucid gem. Haven't tasted that one. We got some pear trees. This section needs a lot of help, but I'm working on it. So what I do is, I've showed you before, is I take a section and I layer, build up this soil. And the walkways are supposed to have cardboard on them, but you saw in the other section of the garden, what walkways, right? How many of you are feeling like you're in a jungle right now? You can't even walk through any of your stuff. Yep, me too. This is comfrey. I love this stuff. I'm learning more and more how to do it. It's a chop and drop, which means you just chop it and you drop it, and it makes awesome compost. You can also make comfrey tea with it and feed your plants and tons of other stuff. If you have any more examples of what to use comfrey for, go ahead and leave me a comment. I would love to learn. I'm always learning. Aren't we always learning? So this side has a little more shade. So these tomatoes aren't doing as good as the other ones, but I'm still going to get some stuff out of them. This section over here needs some help. But there's some hollyhocks. My hollyhocks didn't work very well this year. I don't know what's up with them. But sunflowers, and you gotta check out my mountain again. Spoiled rotten. So this is me in my yard with my kids over on the trampoline over there. Huge wood pile. Yard at the end of July tour. So just have fun with it. You don't have to be meticulous about where you put things. You could if you want. I do admire gardens that look all put together. But this is me. This is what I do. It is so much fun. And, if I'm not having fun and I'm not enjoying this space and I'm not loving being out here, I'm kind of that way. Don't tell me what to do. I can garden any way I want to. And it gives me peace and it makes me have fun. So just play. I think the best thing to learn with gardening is soil. Layer, layer, layer. Layer organic matter, build up that soil. The best color soil is black. It's not brown, it's not gray, it's black. So if you've got some really yummy black soil, you're gonna grow things. So I just can't let you go. It's just too much fun to show off all this stuff. But I will say goodbye under the arch because I think this might be my favorite spot in the yard right now. In the back. I mean, all sections of my yard. There's one just little sections I love. So I just wanted to show you how much fun it is out here in this gorgeous weather. I just love it. Having a break from chaos and life. And coming out here, and playing, connecting with the earth. It's just what I love. And of course I love my family and I love my children. I love my dogs. I'm very grateful for where I live. But there's just something about gardening that just gets you out of your head. You come out here stress-free and play. I'm learning how to cook, but it's not my favorite. This is play. All right, we'll see you next time. Remember, just have fun with it. Bye.